Every year, more than 33,000 tons of nori algae are produced, which represents a value of more than $11,800 million. Nori seaweed is an essential ingredient in Japanese and Asian cuisine. But how are these fine and delicious sheets made? If you're interested in discovering it, join me to visit one of the largest nori seaweed production factories, located in the city of Nantong, China. The history of nori seaweed has its roots in Japan, where its consumption is believed to date back to the Nara period, which spanned from 710 to 794 AD. Initially, it was collected wild on rocky shores and used to wrap food, especially rice. However, it was during the period between 1630 and 1868 that the cultivation of nori began to develop in a more organized manner. Over time, nori cultivation modernized and spread to other regions such as Korea and China. Although Japan remains the leading producer and consumer of nori, its use has expanded globally, finding applications in various international cuisines and contemporary Japanese cuisine. But the place where this fascinating process of growing nori begins is not in the waters of the China Sea, but several kilometers away in a huge algae nursery. It all starts in a lab where the first step is to get the nori spores. This involves a visit to the freezer where a healthy sample of the past harvest is kept at a temperature of 20 degrees below zero. For the spores to come to life, all you need is the salt water from the nearby Yellow Sea. Once in the water, millions of microscopic spores are released. The next challenge is to make them germinate. In nature, nori spores attach themselves to the shells of mollusks such as oysters and clams. For this reason, optimal conditions are sought in the hatchery for their development. About 15,000 oyster shells are introduced into saltwater tanks at 15 degrees Celsius. The spores are then poured over them with a watering can. Could ruin its taste. The first challenge for the team is cleaning up the algae, which, although they appear to be in good condition, are contaminated with sand and other debris. Manually cleaning each box, removing sand and pieces of rope, would be a titanic task. Luckily, they have large seaweed washing machines capable of processing 18 cubes at a time, that is, up to 800 kilograms of tasty nori. This efficient equipment ensures that the algae are ready for further processing without delay. The nori used for sushi, although usually presented in beautiful square sheets, arrives at the production process as a compact tangle. The solution to transform it into something more manageable is to spray and mold it. In a specialized machine equipped with cutting wheels, the seaweed is processed into a thick mixture. However, this resulting dough is not suitable for direct consumption with chopsticks. It must be turned into sheets. The transformation process is similar to that used in papermaking. Precise amounts of water and algae are combined in huge vats under the supervision of a specialist, who adjusts the mixture as needed. The standard ratio is 15% water and 85% nori, which is then pumped into a sheet-forming machine. This machinery is so reliable that it has been running around the clock for more than 3 decades, producing more than 158,000 sheets a day, as if it were a printer of edible newspapers. However, the films are not yet ready for consumption. They are wafer-thin and moist squares of raw seaweed, so they could contain bacteria. The solution is to subject the sheets to firing in a huge 40-meter oven. This process not only kills bacteria, but also starts the drying process of the nori. A person meticulously supervises each batch to ensure its correct processing, while quality control is responsible for verifying the weight and quantities, ensuring that each sheet has an average of 3.3 grams. In addition, they ensure that the color is as appealing as the taste of the final product. Once the seaweed successfully passes quality control, it begins its 50-kilometer journey to Nantong City for packaging. In this process, cleaning is a top priority, with the aim of avoiding contamination by bacteria. Operators wash their hands meticulously before passing through the access gates, which are equipped with powerful fans to ensure a sterile environment. At the Nantong plants, the focus is on near-futuristic gates, which allow entry into the brewing plant once rigorous cleanliness standards have been met. Once inside, the main challenge is to extract the maximum flavor from each sheet of nori, which still retains some moisture and is slightly flexible. To achieve this, the sheets are individually toasted in a 14-meter-long oven. However, some sheets may have stuck together. To solve this problem, a machine is used that resembles a banknote counter in a casino, but instead of separating banknotes, it is responsible for separating the sheets of seaweed. Once separated, the sheets go through an oven where they are toasted at 200 degrees in just 10 seconds, thus obtaining the perfect flavor and texture for sushi. On a daily basis, about 600,000 sheets are packaged, along with silica gel to absorb moisture. These nori seaweeds, once packaged, will be distributed to all countries that use this product in their meals. Therefore, the next step involves packing and loading the trucks for transport to ports and airports, which will be responsible for taking the nori seaweed to different parts of the world. And this is the process behind the wrapping of a delicious sushi. Tell me, what did you think of the process? If you liked the video, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the windows that you will see below, there are more videos that may catch your attention. Go ahead and watch one. Until next time.